Hi guys, this is my Q&A video answering all the questions about my work and about Mrs. Brimbles type stuff. And this is the one that I got the most questions on. I'm going to try and whiz through them quite quickly. If you could throw the ultimate Planacon, what would be the one thing you would really want to have there? I don't know! There's so many ideas. I would really love to do a big one, a big one, like go wild. I'd like to do a weekend one maybe, different workshops, different speakers. I don't know, that's just too much pressure, man. The one thing. I can't narrow it down. Good food. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to think about that one. I really love your designs. Have you ever thought about making them into either digital or physical stamps? Right. Digital, no, because I don't like to sell my artwork digitally very often, if at all, because once it's gone out there, and then you kind of lose any, well, you still retain the copyright, but there are lots of unscrupulous people out there who will sell it on as digital format, or will make products out of it and make loads of money, and you as the artist only get a few pence for the actual digital stuff. So no, not digital. Physical, potentially, yes. I do have supplier details, but again, like with anything that I get produced, there's always a minimum order quantity, and the minimum order quantity is quite high. And it's always a concern that obviously I have to put up, it's a financial investment, because obviously I have to put up the money in order to get stuff printed, and I don't know how popular they would be, if at all, and so I'm always just a little bit like, oh, I don't know, concerned whether it would work. And I have to kind of, because of the financial commitment and the work that goes in, I have to kind of make a decision on what I'm going to get done. And so thus far, I haven't done stamps. And equally, not many people have asked me for stamps either. So I don't know whether it would be that popular or not. But never say never, we shall see. Would you ever consider doing workshops on either planning or art, or anything really? Yes. I have actually she invited me to teach on her workshop, that's Romney's Realm, and you can take my workshop as a standalone workshop. When that's available, I will post a link in the Facebook group about it. It should be July, and that's on creating whimsical characters. I have already created my own workshop that would be an online workshop, and I'm just waiting for my very busy developer, John, who to have the time to kind of implement the facilitation online with that. But he's a very busy boy, but as soon as he's able to, he will get that up and running for me. I think that is the postman. It's next door's Tesco delivery. So yeah, so I do have a workshop on that. I would love to do in-person workshops. That would be really, really cool. Maybe at next year's Planacon, who knows. Yeah, I guess in-person ones, I'm always worried about what if no one turns up. I don't know. But yeah, I would love to do more teaching and more workshops. That would be so cool, because I do really enjoy doing it. Planner ones, I don't know what I would do planner ones on, because I already impart so much for free or whatever on YouTube. I did run a planning, a kind of like a workshop at the a fairly recent March time, the Paper Chase did a blogger event, and I did run a workshop there on getting started with your planner and a little bit of creative decorating. Not very long though, it was only an hour workshop. Yeah, I'd love to run workshops, I really would, but it's kind of like when and where and how and all that kind of stuff. Can you do more process videos so we can learn your drawings and other art you do? Yes, as and when I have time, I will do more process videos. They're just obviously quite time consuming to do, and I have to juggle it amongst other videos and work and life and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, I will try and do more process videos because so many people do ask for them, but I will try. Do you think you will do any mini meetups, for example, lunch meets, dinner meets, shopping days? Organising them, probably not. I don't know, maybe. But if there are any meetups that I could go to, then I'll go to any. So if any of you guys are organising meetups and they're close, or if I have notice and I can get to them, I would love to come. But yeah, probably not arranging any because I'm a bit of a busy bee at the moment. But yeah, maybe in the future. But if I can come to any that I know about, then I will. How did you get started with the shop? What made you decide to take the leap? Okay, so that was asked by like 3 people. I've kind of talked about this before. So basically, really long story short, I got ill. I had pneumonia about 4 years ago now, I'm thinking. I had pneumonia. I was really ill. I was in hospital. I was in intensive care. I was in hospital. I got better. I got out. I started, obviously I wasn't working. I started doing YouTube videos and the blog as like trying to get my, something to do basically while I was recovering. I recovered and I was kind of still didn't have a job. I didn't really know where I was going, what I was doing. My life had kind of been turned upside down. And I'd started, while I was ill and stuff, I'd started designing and painting and making stuff for Filofaxes, like inserts and dashboards. And then a friend gave me a push and said, you should sell those. So I opened up an Etsy shop and I put my inserts up there, printable inserts up for sale, and someone bought them. And that was kind of the start of Mrs. Brimbles. The Mrs. Brimbles name, I had the domain name from ages ago. Mrs. Brimbles is a nickname that stuck like when I married John. And with that name, I used to make, I had a hobby that I did used to make and go to craft fairs selling bath bombs and handmade soaps and things. And they're all kind of like, it was all vintagey and like stuff. Anyway, so that I used the domain name, and so I had still had the domain name. I just carried on using it. I never thought Mrs. Brimbles was going to be what it is today. But yeah, I just never really thought it would take off. And then it's really where I live. There aren't really any shops for buying really cool supplies, so I then decided to kind of look to see if I could start selling some supplies, and it kind of went from there. And then in the UK there was a subscription called Linkies. She was a stationery subscription. She did it for a while. As you know, I did loads of unboxings on my channel for Linkies. And then Leah decided to stop the business, and that is when I decided to start doing subscription boxes. So the boxes have been going 18 months now. There was basically a gap in the market because Leah had stopped doing them, and I thought, this is something I'd really like to do. Let's do it. So yeah, 18 months, a busy 18 months, which I've loved. And yeah, that's kind of how the business got started, unintentionally. And it's just kind of grown organically. And it's been fun. What's been the best and worst challenge in launching and growing Mrs. Brimbles to date? Well, it wasn't like a planned launch or anything, and so it has kind of grown organically, which has been good, because it suited like when I was recovering and stuff, and we moved house, and I think if you grow a business and it suddenly goes too big, there's things that you need to put into process, like like things like accounts. I mean, like if you don't know how to do accounts, oh my god. So it's been nice that it's kind of grown organically, and I've slowly added little bits to the business. And of course I'm doing something that I love. And not many people can say that, actually. I'm very privileged to be able to be a working artist, to create my own artwork and to have it put on products. That's, oh my gosh, I love that, and I really enjoy making other people happy with stationery. The worst part is boxes are very stressful. Very often than not, I'm let down by various suppliers, often at the last minute, and so I have to run around at the last minute trying to find other suppliers. So that can be quite stressful. I worry every single month. You would not believe that you'll like the boxes. The day boxes go out, I'm a wreck, because I put so much of my love and my heart and my soul into curating and putting together the boxes, not to mention packing them, but I just really worry so much that you won't like them, and that, yeah. So that's kind of the worst part about it, but I do also really enjoy it too, so it has its good parts and its bad parts. When did you first start your Etsy shop, and what was the first mistake? So I talked about when I opened it. Mistake, I don't know. I can't think of a mistake, but I particularly, I would say, because I never expected it to work and for people to buy stuff. If I was to redo it now, I would have thought more about my name, the business name, because as it happens, I don't like it, but I'm stuck with it because everybody knows it, so I can't change it. So that is probably the mistake that I would like to change. What was your first blog post or video, and is it still online? I can't remember, and yes, they are. If you toggle my videos from oldest to newest, you will still see it. I think it was like, was it a journal page, or was it? I think it might have been like a junk journal that I made. I can't remember, but yeah, it's still up. Do you have any tips for new bloggers? I would say just go for it. I think the more you overthink it and you get hung up about creating the perfect blog post or having the right equipment, the more you overthink it and the more you get hung up about that, the more time is getting away from you. So just do it. And I tell you what, because I see a lot of people who say about like equipment and stuff, all of my videos are filmed on my iPhone. I'm filming on my iPhone. I will edit this video on my iPhone and I will upload it via my iPhone. That's no specialist equipment, no lighting, no nothing. So don't get hung up about equipment or what to do. Just get out there and do it, and post regularly if you can, and just go for it, and don't look back. Learn and develop as you go. What video are you most proud of? Don't know what video I'm most proud of. I potentially haven't even made it yet. I don't know. How was the Cambridge Mini Planacon, and would you do it again or make it an annual event? Right, it was amazing. Totally blew my mind. Had fantastic speaker in Geraldine. Obviously I did a talk as well. And hopefully you've seen the vlog and the videos from that. There were some beautiful stories, heartfelt stories being shared from other people. It was amazing. It was empowering. It was full of creativity. It was amazeballs, basically. It was fantastic, and still on a high from it now, I'm not going to lie. Yes, there's going to be another one. I have got a meeting with a venue coming up soon to have a look at the venue. It's going to be bigger. It's not going to be massive, because finding a big venue is very, very difficult, but also because I want to keep it, I want it to be bigger so that more people can come and be empowered and soak up all that amazingness that was there. So I want it to be bigger, but I also wanted to keep it fairly less big. I don't want it to be huge, so that it's more intimate and people can actually interact and talk with each other. Yes, it will be next springtime, but that's about all I know at the moment. But I know there are other events going on as well in the UK, so that's going to be really cool, and there's going to be some awesome things happening in the UK. We're going to show those Americans that in the UK we can throw a decent event. Someone else says, yeah, are you going to do another Cambridge PlannerCon? Yeah, whether it will be in Cambridge or in Cambridgeshire, who knows. What do you feel your biggest accomplishment with your shop is, and what is your favourite aspect about owning your own business? My biggest accomplishment, I think, has got to be for me, has got to be getting my own stuff printed onto physical products. That's just amazing. Like having my own stickers printed and my own sticky notes and stuff, that's just something I never thought would ever happen. So that is my biggest accomplishment. I would love to be able to create more. The more subscribers that I have to the box, the more I can do like that, and the more products I can put in, because so much is based on number threshold. Like all of these printers require a certain number of orders, so it's really difficult. Again, as I said, it's a financial investment, so the more subscribers there are to the box, the more of like my own unique stuff I can put in the box, and the more stuff in the box there can be, because then I'll be able to buy stuff for a lot cheaper, so I'll be able to put more stuff in, if you see what I mean. So it's kind of that growing. But yeah, the biggest accomplishment, getting my own products printed, just, oh my god, fills me with so much joy. Favourite aspect about owning my own business is being able to unleash my creativity, and that I couldn't ask for anymore. Like when I worked in an office, oh my gosh, it was so stifling. Just even being able to like have funky nails, or not that I do, wear my pyjamas, or I don't know, have my 80s music playing really loudly. Just being able to unleash my creativity has made a huge impact on my life. Lastly, what is your advice to starting a YouTube channel, and do you junk journal? My YouTube channel will be the same as starting a blog. Just do it, don't get hung up on stuff. Just start getting yourself out there. Do I junk journal? I don't label it as junk journaling. I have journals, and in those journals I do painting, I stick receipts in, I photos in, and you know, so it's kind of like a smashbook style, a scrapbook style, art journal style, but I just call it my journal because I don't get hung up on labels. So technically, yeah, to a degree, but I don't call it a junk journal, and it is not one journal specifically for that purpose. There we go. There's all the questions. Thank you for everyone who asked me a question. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon. Bye.